All right, we're going to get straight into this. We have some wubbies. We got 4 examples here. Wub 1. Wub 2. Wub 3. And lastly, some more sustain bass. Lots of different nice, more minimal dubstep wubby sounds like Levity and Tape B. All these patches will be in my Patreon as well if you guys want to support me and get some sounds, go in there. Our first wub is simple. All of these are going to be simple. That's the whole goal, so you guys can make these quickly and efficiently. We're using the add seconds in digital, FFT add seconds, which is essentially a sine wave turning into this shape here. It's really clean. First, we load up that, do -3 on the octaves. Right now, we are playing the note D3. And if you look, the LFO1 is on 3 different things. This level, so you're going to turn this level all the way down on oscillator A, add the LFO, go all the way up. Random goes all the way down as well. Wavetable position is on 1, and then we add the LFO and go up 35. Sub oscillator's on, direct out is on. Level is at 47, and we put the LFO on the level, going up 27, octave -3. So we have 2 different sine waves here. This one is acting as the sub bass. It's also not going all the way down to 0, so we have a lot of the bass playing and a little bit of movement. This is our main wavetable, and we're only using 1 wavetable. We don't even need another. We could do FM from B if we wanted to make it more advanced, but we're not at this moment. It'll sound like this. Let's turn off the effects. Without the sub bass. With the shape is 2 triangles, a little bit of curve on the second one. Rate 1/4, and we're on trigger. So that's our shape. You can then turn on the filter. Multi LH12. Cutoff goes all the way to the top. And then this resonance and this frequency are the most important ones that are being activated. So we have the first LFO going fast, second LFO going slow, and it's in half rate, half the speed. And on this LFO shape, we basically make a shape that's going to start halfway through this grid. So when it gets to the second section, this resonance and this frequency open up. You can visually see what's happening here. Adding variation to the second wub. The second turnaround goes dun 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 dun. Adding clean variation easily. Effects, we're going to make it wide here. Mix is at 12. This mix is at 9 for these 2, hyper and dimension. Size is at 9. Rate 40, detune 25. Chorus is next, making it a little wide as well. Mix is at 18, feedback's at 10, depth's at 26, rates at 0.8. A little bit of compression, not multiband on, gains just turned up 2 dB. And a little bit of compression and then a little bit of reverb. Mix is at 4. Decay is at 4.7, size is at 35. We're on Hall, low cut down. This is a small amount of reverb, 4%. First wub down, easy, clean, using the sine wave, adding lots of movement, and adding a little bit of variation. We have the sub bass playing as well. Then we just have a little bit of post-processing. Multi-band compression is on 4 dB, 1000 time, 100%. Check out the EQ8. This bass doesn't have any highs. It's just like lows and the low mids. Then we're turning it down. It's usually at 0. Distorting, we can turn it down to taste and clean it up as you wish. First wub down. Easy enough, just one wavetable. This wub's a little bit heavier. A little dirtier. We're going to be using LFO1 and we're going to make this shape, this little ramp, put it on a fourth. We're going to take off all the effects for now. Take off filter. Take off oscillator B. So you're going to start here. Load up just the default shape. Keep in mind we're playing D3 and we're playing multiple notes here. Controlling the speed. We have oscillator A with the level at 83 and we put the LFO on the level going up 17. We want to use FM from B here at 43%. Randoms all the way down, and then we're bringing in this sine wave that's going up a fifth in the scale, plus 7 semitones, very important. Adding those tones we want with the FM. Levels all the way down here, randoms all the way down. Now the filter cleans it up. We use add bass, which is in the miscellaneous section, add bass. And this cutoff is doing a lot. With this cutoff off, we're just removing the highs. But now we add the cutoff to it. When you drag it on, it's not going to go both sides. So you'll hold shift and option and click to change it. Shift, option, click. You want to make it go both sides. LFO goes on and goes up 39. Adding the movement that we need and cutting the frequencies. This is doing a lot to build the wub. You do this with any sound, really. This whole concept. Resonance is at 10%. We're making the LFO go up with the resonance as well. It's going up 28. Easy enough. Got the clean wubbies. Turn the sub on, -3, sine wave, level all the way down. LFO on it. This is adding some sub bass. Direct out. We'll experiment with it on and off. Now, as we get to the effects section, the first thing we're going to turn on is the distortion on tube. Drive is going to be at 37%. And then we're going to put the LFO on the drive, have it go up 56. Adding some grit, some distortion. Phasers on, rates 0.08, depths all the way down at 0, frequency 926, feedback at 15. Just giving it a little bit at 20%. This is what the effect sounds like. Then we add EQ. This is going to be cutting the lows at 154. Hyperdimension is on, the mix is all the way down, and the LFO is on this mix, going up 28. So we're not using the dimension. Filters on. Cutoff is at 23 Hertz. Removing a lot of the high frequencies. Resonance is really high at 87. Drive is up at 23. Fast is at 20. So we're carving out a lot of frequencies and then using this compressor to pull them back up. Multiband is turned on. Gain is up 7.8. So you see remove frequencies and then bring them back, re-add them using this compressor. Cool. That is a heavier, more compressed wub. But let's go back to dynamics, more waves. This wub is going to be awesome because we can make so many different versions and variations out of it. We'll be using this rate knob to change the speed. Use triplets, and then we can change the wavetable here to get different wubs. Using all the basic shapes, we got different wubs, but we're staying with the clean sine wave for now. Oh yes, on the previous wub, the post-processing. Let me show you that. We're using saturator. So saturator first, turning it up 5 dB. Multiband compression, 100%, 6 dB, 1000. Erosion, adding some noise at 23. White noise on top. EQ8 showing you all the frequencies, and then G-clip, clipping it at 0. Nicely done. All right, back to the clean wub. This one's cool. We can make a lot of different variations. We're going to first turn off all these effects. Post-processing we're using is only this multiband compression. It's at 0 dB, 1100. We'll turn it up to 3. So we're going to start with just the first shape. Oscillator A, basic shapes, -3. Remember, we're playing octave 3. This is D3. Just a sine wave for now. We're using FM from B, so it's going to be turned on at 26%. Make this little LFO boob. Add the LFO to FM and turn it up 8. Oscillator B is going to be turned on, but -2 on the octave using the default saw wave. We're going to bring in the saw wave into our sine wave. Remember, level goes all the way down. Both of these randoms always down as well. Too many frequencies are playing, so we got to make the WUB. Turn on the filter, MG low 12. Add the LFO to the cutoff, which is going to be low. It's at 16 right now. Put it on 16. And then make the LFO go up 47 on the cutoff. This spot is important. If you change the spot, you can get new WUBs quickly. So keep that in mind. We're just going to keep it at 47 right now. Turn up the drive a little bit. Do like 10. Resonance up as well to 50. Really important with making the WUB here. Keep in mind too, guys, the LFO, we want it to move triplets. So triplet will be on, trigger will be on, so we can re-trigger it, and then you can move to your triplets now, 1/4 T, 1/8 T, to get those gangster grooves. Or faster. Just like that. Or go half. I love this half. Change the wavetable. Get some deeper, darker WUBs. Real quick, real easy. In the effects section, we're using the distortion, hard clip, 21%. Put the LFO on it and have it go up 60. Grittier. Compressor on, multiband on, gain at 5. Filter on, using the MG low 6. You'll be able to use different compression types using multiband or with multiband off. MG low 6. So the sub bass is coming from oscillator A, pulling it up with the compression gain at 5.6. That WUB is now finished. And lastly, we're going to get into an Avant sample. This is from their Wook bass pack, which is really good. Has so many sick Wook basses. Really has a nice Tate B, formanty. It's like talking yo-ish, and it's coming from this down sample here. All right, so we have distortion, compression, and reverb. We're going to turn them off for now. Listen to the difference. We have multiband compression on this, the only post-processing currently at 77%. And the notes we're playing is like F, A, we're in the octave 3. So start off with loading basic shapes. We need this sound. So you're going to go analog basic shapes, move wavetable position to 5 to get to this square. Usually it's this, but at -3. Level stays intact at 75 and randoms all the way down. I'm going to turn on the filter now. This is what's going to add the WUB. LFO1 should be shaped like this. We'll ramp up, envelope on 1/4 rate. Add LFO1 to the cutoff. The cutoff will be at 25 Hertz, and then the LFO goes up 38. That's adding the movement, the motion. The resonance has to be high at 68. Listen to the difference. Gotta get that 68%, giving it that formant. Making it talk more, drives at 9% as well. Boom, good to go. Easy. Now we're in distortion. Downsample is critical. This is giving it that yoy. Drive is at 40, which is giving it the tone we need. This tone can easily be changed. Very sensitive knob here. Remove it. So remember that we have control over this. Compressors on, multibands on, turning it up a little bit to 5 dB. Pulling up all the existing frequencies, balancing it out, and then reverb. Just a little bit. This time the macro is on the reverb. Macro's on the reverb going up 37, but the macro is only set to 27. This is how much reverb we're adding. The reverb size 18, decay 4.7, low cut 28%, high cut 35, and hall. That's our reverb. It's real clean. Tone knob, this is going to be on the cutoff. The macro is on this cutoff going up 8. If we put the macro down, and we put it up to 12, it's essentially where we're at here, 12%. We could turn it up more. Let's start getting different tones, different vowels. So you can use that macro too and get different sounds quickly. But now we have a nice sustained talking bass that we can use quickly and easily. Just add multiband compression and you can call it a day. These are some simple, easy patches to get you started, get you wubbing, get you on the right track. Remember, less compression is best. We want to preserve dynamics, keep those waves, and keep it wubbing. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you soon.